Well, even by the European Union standards, they have gone absolutely bonkers. And please watch the end of this video because there's a lot to cover and you're not going to believe the attitude from Brussels when it comes to freedom of speech. And right at the heart of this is this German election, and it shows you how much politics is shifting across the continent, that you've got in second place in the German opinion polls going into this election, the AfD, a party campaigning to leave the euro, to leave the European Union. The Conservatives leading, a big lead, a 10-point lead in the polls. They're talking about potentially leaving the ECHR in the future. Before I get to just how mad the European Union have gone, just consider the attack on freedom of speech that went without a whimper by that same Brussels establishment, when you saw, absolutely remarkable and disturbing really to think about it, that Twitter banned the then US President Trump permanently, they said at the time. Meta, you see here Nick Clegg's name, a man who's been wrong about pretty much everything. You saw the oversight board at Meta upholding Facebook's decision to suspend Donald Trump's accounts, upholding the suspension of Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts at the time. Now, to be fair, Mark Zuckerberg has seen sense that since this time, you've seen him make changes, forge a relationship with Trump, some sanity being restored here. And he's actually pushed back Zuckerberg against some of the absolutely shameful censorship we've seen in the past, which went, of course, pretty much unremarked by the EU establishment. What they are in Brussels, very much, it seems, disturbed by, and you're not going to believe this, is Elon Musk having an interview on a social media platform with the candidate who happens to be in the German election at this moment in time with the German voters, the most favoured, the most popular candidate to become the next German Chancellor, Alice Weidel. I know, truly beyond the pale, two people having a conversation. And by the way, I do not agree with everything that Elon Musk says, or indeed the language he uses. I didn't agree at all with his criticism of Nigel Farage. But guess what? Who cares? People are allowed to say things that you disagree with. People are allowed to say things you may find offensive or even perhaps upsetting. That doesn't mean it's against the law. It doesn't mean that person should not have the right to say it. Now, of course, Elon Musk has spoken out when it comes to the EU Commission. He actually accused the EU Commission of offering X a secret deal that if they quietly censored speech without telling anyone, they would not fine them. But you're seeing this, I think, pretty dark, pretty disturbing language when it comes to freedom of speech, that the EU Commission are adding Musk's German AfD interview to an ongoing probe, that the EU Commission will analyse whether a conversation that will take place on X on Thursday between Musk and the leader of the AfD is in breach of the EU's platform rules as part of an ongoing probe. I mean, do you seriously think if Musk had come out strongly, let's say in favour of the left-wing German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and backed him in the German campaign and talked about what a wonderful chap he was and how his party, the SPD, had such wonderful ideas for Germany, do you really think the EU's reaction would be this? Of course it wouldn't. This is completely and utterly political. And as I said, pretty disturbing now that there's reports like this, that pressure's mounting on the EU to use legal weapons, that the EU Commission will study whether X gives an unfair boost, that Musk's decision to have this live stream with the AfD leader sparking fury from the EU, with some urging Brussels to deploy its full legal might. As I said, I think they've completely and utterly lost the plot, that an interview between two people on a social media platform leads to this sort of response. Shows you, I think, what their version of free speech is all about. They said nothing when President Trump was banned, was suspended from social media platforms, but an interview between two people already seeing this sort of ridiculous response. As ever, guys, do let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below. I will, of course, keep bringing you all the latest on this and much more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And, of course, as ever, cheers for watching.